Do I look really shiny?
No, you look great.
Okay. I just want people to tell me I look nice.
You look
That's a good way to get compliments.
They're really shiny.
Hi both. Congratulations on the movie and congratulations on your win at Sundance.
Thank you very much.
How does that feel?
It's insane. I haven't really been able to put it into words yet, but it's surreal. Very surreal.
And so earned. So earned. This kid is unbelievable. Yeah.
Laura, there's something really reminiscent about your movie. About it's a close past. It's a past that's not that far away, but still there is an innocence about that era. How much of that was how much of that was real for you?
There was a lot of sort of truth in the specifics of Terry Schiavo and hospice and my brother and my single mother, and there was a lot of elements of truth. But I think the characters were all invented, and the specific details to tell Doris's story were invented. But tapping into the era was, just so fun. I think our intention with it was to make it feel like the 2000s, but like cooler than the 2000s. Because I think when you look back at some of these images of people and the outfits they were wearing and the very thin eyebrows, and some of the choices were not as cool. And so I think we tried our wardrobe designer, our production designer, like they all were trying to, make it feel like a memory of the 2000s, but somehow cooler than that.
Yeah, Nico, what did you do to prepare for this role? An era, obviously you weren't even born when all that was happening. Did you have to ask your mum or older sort of siblings about it?
I think all of us kind of kids, because none of us really knew what we were doing when it came to approaching that time period. I think we got you to show us. I was specifically kind of fixated. Laura had a photo album of kind of pictures of her from that time, and we would flick through those constantly because they were just so funny.
They're pretty horrific. Yeah, it's pretty horrific.
No, Laura was cool when she was younger, and we would look at it, and she's like out like partying with her friends, and she looked cool, and so we would look at that, and in costume as well, they had big mood boards and reference boards of things that they wanted each character to look like, and I would kind of go in there and just browse around and see that time period.
She worked magic. Our costume designer worked magic with making the kids look cool. Like that. Megan Evans, she was amazing.
She's so cool.
Yeah, she's very cool.
Let's talk about your character. She is a really sort of interesting one. She's very brainy, but at the same time, she's also someone who doesn't take, nonsense from anyone. How do you feel very similar to her in any way?
In some aspects, yeah, but I never really delved too much into the similarities between myself and her because I never wanted any of my own thoughts or feelings, or I wouldn't do that, to be infused into her. I wanted her to be as true and authentic to the situation and to the script and to the surroundings as she could be, and I felt if I stepped too much into, I would do that too, or I'd say that, it felt inauthentic. But I think there's definitely some ways in which we're similar and we collide. I think a lot of the typical kind of teenage angst and awkwardness can be seen in things of me when I was younger and probably right now. But there's definitely similarities, but I try not to strike the chord too often.
Yeah. You put off an excellent American accent in this. I mean, they're like, there are sort of, you're miles away from your upbringing in West London. Yeah. And how did you have a coach?
No.
Really?
No. I don't know how you did it. People are shocked when they find out she's British. Shocked.
That's kind of one of the reasons I really wanted to be at Sundance, so I could be like, and I'm English. I don't know, I thought that would be cool. My family lived in LA when I was younger for a year, I think, when I was 10 maybe. So I think that I had like the weirdest accent then, because it was like I would be at school and have like an American accent, and then I would come home and speak in an English accent to my parents. And so I think that having that at such an early age meant that I find doing an accent or an American accent now easier. I mean, I prefer acting in an American accent because it feels like I'm acting. So it's like, oh, that was so bad, but at least I was doing an accent.
And every once in a while she would just like seamlessly do this accent, and then every once in a while she'd be like, how do you say, what is the word,
Yeah, I would do that. It was great because everyone was American, so I would kind of shout often. Across that.
Intrusive, how do you say?
But Doris is so hard to say in an American accent. It was that I was just like, Doris. Like, I just couldn't. It was very difficult, but yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!